So in this video I want to show you a modification that I'm making to my SUV, to the camping setup, to the storage setup, and basically I wanted to create drawers in the back of my car, and so let me show you what I mean by that. In the back of my car here I have this shelf. This is a shelf made to fit into the back of a Toyota RAV4, which I have. It would be pretty easy to make a shelf like this if you didn't have one. Let me know if you want me to do that in a future video. But I love this shelf because I can put stuff on here when I'm camping and still have lots of leg room in the back. And when you look at it from the inside, this lifts up, and I usually put my clothes in here, my clothes when I'm camping. What I wanted to do was create a set of drawers that sat on top of the shelf so that I could pull them out from inside, but also access them from the outside. The original plan was to create a set of drawers back there out of pieces of wood, so actual drawers that had, drawers in them that you could remove and pull out. But as I got to thinking about that, I thought that it would just be a little bit too heavy for that shelf. Now that shelf does have support legs that I can add to it, which I will use when I put a lot of stuff on the shelf. But even so, I didn't want the shelf itself to weigh too much. Then it would just be a pain to have to lift it up to get at the clothes underneath. And then I thought I could make kind of a shell for drawers and then put plastic bins inside, and so use the plastic bins as drawers that I could still put in and remove. But then I thought, do I really need to be able to pull the drawers in and out like that, pull the bins in and out like that? Could I just attach bins to the top of the shelf? And that's the solution that I've ultimately come up with and that I'm going to build right now. So this is what I ended up with. I got these 4 plastic bins from Walmart. I'll put the dimensions of them up on the screen. And then to attach them to the shelf, I'm going to use this plastic hardware here. These are 3/4 inch side lock buckles. These are 3/4 inch tri-glides. And then this is a bunch of 3/4 inch webbing. I'm not sure exactly how much I'll need, but I do have enough of it. And then for tools, just a drill, a 1/4 inch drill bit, scissors, and a lighter. The plan is to have the 4 bins lined up right here, 1, 2, 3, 4, and they'll be secured with the black webbing with the straps. So here are the 4 bins, or the 4 drawers, and they fit here pretty nicely. What I did was arrange them and then made a little X in front of and behind each one, so one here and one here. I'm going to drill holes there and put the webbing through those holes. I've done some rough measuring here, and I'm going to start out with 2 24-inch pieces, one piece coming in from this side and one piece coming in from this side, and then I can adjust the exact length later on. So what I'm going to do is take one end of the 24-inch piece, stick it through here, and then tie a knot on the other end so that it's held firm. Let's see if I can do this. So I've kind of rolled it up, put it through like this, and now I will tie just a regular overhand knot. And when I pull it through, it's held fast on the other side, held tight. So I'm going to do that for each of the 8 holes that I drilled. Now that all of these straps are in, I'm going to attach the side lock buckles here. These are just standard little buckles. One end is adjustable, this end is adjustable, and this end is fixed. And instead of sewing this end on to the strap, I'm going to secure it with this. So for the adjustable end, I'm just going to thread it through the buckle, like that. And for the non-adjustable end, for this end, I'm gonna slide the tri-glide on here. About that far. Slide the buckle on and put this back through. Like that. I might go back and sew this later, but for now, while I'm just figuring out the lengths, the tri-glide here works great and doesn't slip. And now these two ends clip together, and I can tighten it down by pulling on this end or loosen it up by pulling this way. And so I'm going to do this for each set of the straps. All 4 sets of the buckles are installed now. And the great thing about this is that I can easily remove these if I want to, or I can use them without the bins and just strap things down on top of the shelf. But now let's add the bins and see how it looks. And here is the finished product. Not bad, huh? I'm actually really happy with how this turned out. And these are pretty solid on there. I can lift it up and it works just fine. Lots of room still. And by looking through the rear view mirror here, I can see that they do not get in the way at all. I can still see clearly through that rear window. Another great thing about this system is that I can still strap stuff to the top of here by just putting them underneath the straps. Another little modification I made was to add a piece of PVC here. It's attached to this bar with a piece of cord so that I can prop this open and access everything underneath here. And the great thing is I can still access these bins both from outside of the SUV and the inside, because all I need to do is unclip those and then I can carry the bin away, or I can grab it from in there or from out here. One thing I was concerned about was having clear bins so you can see through these. I didn't want people to be able to look through from outside the car and see what was inside, but in practice I don't know if it'll be that big of a problem. When you close it, you can't really see even that there are bins in there, let alone that they have anything. Can't really see. From the side, you can see them a little bit better. But I was thinking that I could just drape my sleeping bag over these if I'm going to be away from the car for a while, or I always have a black sheet in my car. I can just drape that over these so that people can't see I have things inside the bins. And that's it for this little drawer setup, this drawer build. I hope you found this a little bit useful. And again, you can do this in any vehicle. You can do this in a van, in a truck, in a car, in an SUV. I really love having the shelf back there. I think that is one of the biggest improvements you can make to your vehicle if you're going to be sleeping in it. Build the shelf and then put stuff on top of it, and that way you can still have all the legroom you need. Thanks for watching, and let me know if you have any questions.